Okay, fans of drift trikes, this is a how-to video. How to make a drift trike front wheel. A pedal crank front drive wheel. You know, because we've pretty much spent hours on the YouTube trying to figure out how to make one of these things. Lots of videos on there, but, you know, tossers won't post how they actually made them. No matter how many comments we leave. So this is all for guys pretty much like myself who were pretty much stuck, didn't know where to start. Right, see, that's my wheel, unicycle, cheap as, done like $45. It's a 16-inch wheel. Let's take a look. I'll take the fork off. We'll do a green machine to that, you know, cut the fork, weld them to my forks on a drift trike. Losers. Right, this is what we're interested in, the wheel. Crank there. I'll take the crank off so I can show you. Fork sits on the bearing. Axle right there, solid state, square, same as the crank arm. Turn it around. I'll show you where I'm at. I'm halfway. Did you hear that? Got my crank on there. Turns. Wheel spins. Awesome. How do you do that? Okay. Show you how it's done. Got a 16 tooth BMX drive on there. Let me show you where it's at. Crank. I've got an extra piece of steel here welded onto the crank. Drilled a couple of holes through that so I could do the bolts. Bolts go down and meet the drive and the teeth through this piece of tin, as you can see, and the tin keeps the two bolts together, stop them from spreading, keeps it hard up against the drive. How did he get the drive onto the axle? Okay, let me show you how I did that. Started off with this. Yep. That's a socket on there. Started with the socket. It's got a square so it can go onto the axle. Turn the axle around. Goes on the axle. So yes. Grind the axle down a bit more so it goes in further. I take my socket and I cut it, shorten it, so that it's the same width as the drive. BMX drive. This is actually a Dicta free coaster, 16 tooth free coaster. I've got a few of these. I'll replace, oh well, I'll see how these go, but I'll replace these drives with these. Okay, socket goes into the drive. Socket's a bit fat, so grind all this down. Grind all the socket down so it's the same width as the drive. And then the socket goes in a vise. Take your drive, chain whip, and you thread it on. Thread it onto the socket. Socket goes into the axle. On the other side. Goes onto the axle. Drive's hiding in there. Drive should be already attached to the socket. And you end up with a drive and a socket. drive in a socket, thread it on, and you take your crank. I cut a notch out of the end of the crank here so I could attach this piece of steel. Welded it in there, drilled the hole, put the bolts through, meet the teeth, use the tin, stop the bolts from spreading, keeps it up hard against the drive. Drive turns, wheel spins. I'm no tosser, I'll show you how I did it. Next video, the other side. Helpful? Hope so. There you go, guys. Drift trike front wheel.